So just packed my bag for my trip to Kansas City. I'm not as nervous as I thought I'd be. Got my dress shoes, my church shoes, got my shirts and my brushes and toothbrushes, no toothpaste. I'm gonna have to get that on when I'm there. And I am on my way to the airport. Got my friend picking me up and I'm ready. Let's go. So it's about 9:30 and I am waiting for my flight at 11:45 and I am sitting here at the airport tripping. I am tripping because the flight is like 2 hours from now. I'm just like, man, I'm sitting here and I'm looking out, look at the plane just taking off. And I'm over here just like, what in the hell? It's the craziest thing, but I know I'm gonna be fine because everybody's absolutely fine. People on their phones, people playing with the computers, people just iPodding it and all that good stuff. I mean, everybody's having a good, everybody's chilling. There's nobody over here like flipping out, the plane's gonna crash or anything like that. I don't know, what's going on in my mind, but that's why I'm doing this, so I can actually beat the fear. I can pretty much just say, you know what, this is in your mind, get over it. Because I'm building this huge picture in my mind and nothing's going on, nothing's happening. The stewardesses are coming out and everything's fine.
Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who were standby that did not clear, we are full. Your names will be transferred over to the next standby list.
So I'm nervous, you can tell, because I'm quiet, but I'm kind of like thinking, and I'm watching YouTube just to kind of ease my fear and everything. But at the end of the day, I'm going on vacation, so that's pretty cool. But hopping on that plane, and then I'm going to Chicago, from Charlotte to Chicago to Kansas City. So I got to do this again. So I'm gonna check in, but it's about 9:30, 9:40 right now, and I got about 2 more hours. So yeah, I'm facing it. So it's about 10:30, okay? And now I'm emotionally eating. No, I didn't eat any breakfast, so. But I just bought some Sun Chips, right? Hold on, I'm gonna show you. Huh. Okay, so a bag of Sun Chips. I just bought a vitamin water. And I bought a pack of Orbit's gum. I'm at the airport. This is the bill. $7.69. So now, not only am I free to fly, but I'm afraid to look at my bank account. Dude, this waiting thing is killing me. Next time I fly, I'm gonna get here 8 minutes before I have to get on the plane. Screw it, I'd rather run. Good.
It's an order for May 15.
Oh, excuse me.
We're not full if you want to move around, please do. And the specs need to go all the way under, or you can still do the overhead bins. We still have a lot of room.
Hey, dude, how you doing?
Holy shit balls. Oh my god. I just landed. I'm in Chicago right now. Oh man, I'm gonna have to sit down and tell you all about that flight. Oh man. Oof. So I'm in Chicago right now, and that was the absolute worst thing I've been through. No, that wasn't the worst. It was an experience. It was like I built this picture in my mind so big, and I tricked myself into thinking that when I get on the plane, it's not going to be as bad. It's just a new picture developed in my mind as I was on the plane. So it was different. I just know that I had to do this because I'm about to get on another plane and do it again. And I'm going to tell you something. The beginning part of the flight, awful. When I took off, awful. When we leveled, it was straight. That was actually, it was like riding on a bus or something. When we descended, I think that was the worst time, but it was not the plane. The plane was fine. The pilot was like, he flew the plane great. It was no turbulence, little turbulence, but it wasn't much. I've hit bigger potholes on the road, and it was not that bad at all. It was not that bad, but my mind was just like, I kept thinking about Madagascar Part 2 when they're flying from Africa. They're flying from Madagascar, and they're on their way to Africa, or the reason why they actually land in Africa is because the plane went down. So like they're flying, and all of a sudden it just drops in the middle of the air. And I kept thinking about that, y'all. I was like, oh my god, the plane's gonna stop in mid-air and just, and we're all gonna be like slammed on the ceiling and all that stuff, right? But it was nothing, dude. I had a panic attack beyond reason. An absolute heavy, hard panic attack where I didn't know what to do, because you're like 10, 20,000 feet in the air and you don't even know what to do, right? I had the stewardess literally have to hold my hand the whole way there, like the whole way here to Chicago. It was kind of like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? But it's so funny how you turn a trial into treasure, because everybody on that plane was so supportive, man. It was unreal. It was like the stewardess sat right next to me, held my hand, had me meditating, calming me down. The lady right next to me, she was coming to Chicago to meet with her daughter and her grandkid. And then there was a guy in front of me, and then his wife was like kitty corner of him, and then she was sitting next to her 2 kids, and they were all supporting me. And I'm like, dude, I felt a little embarrassed, but at the same time I didn't, because this is my fear. So I really didn't. At the time I wasn't even thinking about that. I was just more so like, please can we land this big, huge eagle? I am ready to get off. But she held my hand. They were all talking to me about, what do you do? What about your girls? Think about your girls. Right? Then all of a sudden, there's people people in front of the guy. She was like, you okay? Then this lady at the end, when I got off the plane, dude, hold on. She gave me this. She gave me a letter. She wrote me a letter the whole way. She took her whole trip from Charlotte to Chicago, writing a 3-page letter about. And I'm gonna read the letter when I get to Kansas City, because this is unreal. Like, she handed it to me. She's like, I know how you feel. This is help. This and the third. And I'm gonna tell you something. It was huge. I just got that much support from people that I don't even know. How insane is that? That's like, and I got then I met on my way onto the plane, I met like a aerospace engineer or something. She gave me her business card, and I met on the plane. I met all those people, and one lady who had the kids, she was super supportive, talking about Florida and talking about, because I want to take my girls to Disney World. That's the goal this year. I'm going to take my girls to Disney World or whatever, and she's telling me all this and all that, and we were just talking, and it was awesome, and she gave me her business card. And then, what else? Who else? Yeah, then one young lady, she gave me this letter. It's just like how much love was just on that airplane for me, and these people don't even know me. It was amazing. When literally, when we descended, I was afraid. When we hit the ground, I almost cried, just because, not because when we landed, I was more so like, I just got so much love for so many people. And there was a reason for me to do this today. There was an absolute reason for me to do this. And I just met great people that I need in my life. People who have that much support, who, me on my journey can potentially help me, and I can help them on their journey. This is like some mastermind type stuff right now. This is awesome. So I'm really, really excited, and I cannot wait to get on the next plane. Oh, hell yeah, I can absolutely wait to get on the next plane, because the fear isn't gone, but I know it's not going to be as bad. The first time is always bad. First time was like, man, because I built this huge picture, and not only did I see that picture, I also saw another picture when I was on the plane. So I had 2 pictures in my mind. I'm trying to play chess. I'm trying to focus. They like, you can turn your phone on. I'm like, what? I'm about to call somebody, and it was crazy, man. I couldn't do nothing. She gave me, water, and she rubbed my hand and rubbed my back. I mean, it was like, what? She showed me pictures of her trip to Jerusalem. She showed me pictures of where Jesus was born, and I'm like, what? Dude, this was an awesome thing. And I'm sitting here in Chicago right now. I'm in Chicago, Illinois right now. I took a leap, man. I took a great leap. And I'm going to tell you something. As scared as I was, scared as I still am, I never felt better in my entire life, because I'm actually doing something that I said I was going to do, and I'm achieving. This is bigger than you can imagine. When you get to a point where you can face a fear and just go at it full speed ahead, don't walk away from it, you run away from it, you run towards it, and you jump over or you kick his ass or whatever you got to do. It's like heaven. This is like heaven. Heaven in the air. I cannot wait to get on the plane. But at the same time, we'll see what happens next. So, I'll see you in Kansas City. That was the second flight. What? Didn't get no better? No, it got a little better. We'll talk. All right, so In Kansas City, man, I was so tired yesterday when I got in. I couldn't even finish the taping, whatever. But I'm in Kansas City, man. This is crazy. But this was an experience. It's Saturday right now. This is an experience beyond reason. This is something that literally took me like here. Like this is me all the time now. This is me all the time. Because I literally faced like I have my list or what have you consists of all the things that I want to do and all the things that I have to do to basically achieve what I want. And weight loss is one of those things, but you can't lose weight without doing a total makeover. You can't achieve the ultimate goal until you do a total makeover. And one of those things that I had to do was fly, of course. And for me to literally, I have this list of things that I know that I need to do, but to literally check off one item on this list, like, what's today? That's the 19th of January, 19 days into the year, and I've achieved one thing. Now, that may not seem like much, but for somebody who hasn't put it out there to set a goal and to achieve it, and for it to not take, 6 months or a year or, it never happens, to go from that to do a whole 180 to just within 19 days. Literally, I booked this flight like 2 weeks ago. So technically, I did it, 3, 4, 5 days into the year, but, as far as when I booked that flight. But to literally get down to the nitty gritty, sit in that airport and take this trip, I feel like I can't go back at this point. Like there's no backwards. There's no let me move. Well, that was a good experience and now I'm just gonna go back to life. Nah. I think I've become a thrill seeker at this point, because like, dude, like I have to fly tomorrow, and I mean literally, like I was so nervous just thinking about it last night, like as I was laying in bed, like, man, I gotta hop back on this plane. But when I woke up this morning and I said, if I'm in a better place because I actually did something that I was supposed to do. I did something that I said I was going to do. And anytime you say something, you're supposed to do it. I'm learning that, and then if you don't do it, then you just all talk, you just all talk if you just, you say it, but you don't do anything. This was a time in my life where I said I was going to do something and I literally did it. And regardless of how I felt about it or how I felt during it, I still did it. And I'm going to do it again tomorrow morning. And I'm going to do it again next month and next month and next month. And I'm going to do this until I die, because now this is it. This is it, man. I'm in Kansas City right now. I rented a car. I'm in a hotel room. Where am I? I'm in the Comfort Inn. I don't even know where I'm at. Hold on. Yeah, I'm in the Comfort Inn. This is not like, I'm not in Charlotte right now. I swear. Sleep. Woke up this morning. Just kind of chilled out. Just sat and lived for the moment. I didn't go backward. I tried my hardest not to remember their flight experience, because it's still like, it's still brand new in my head. I'm trying to, get over it. I'm trying to realize that I did it and it's done. So now I'm going to enjoy my day in Kansas City. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't really have money to do anything, but I'm just going to drive around or something. I don't know. And I know they got like a mall, like the first mall, something here. I don't know. I'm gonna ask somebody, and there you go. But tomorrow, hop on the plane. I'm going from Kansas City to Cleveland to Charlotte. That's all she wrote. There we go. So this was a good experience, man, and I can't wait to do it again. Even though, it's nerve-wracking, but it's more exciting now because I can't go back. I can't. I don't want to. It's not that I can't, because I have gone back, and we've all have gone back, but I don't want to go back. So I'm going to keep punching and pushing through this fear to the point where I don't have fear. I know that's a silly comment to a lot of people, but for me, it's so doable. Like, I shouldn't be afraid of anything. Why should I be afraid? Afraid of what? Who wrote in this law that you should fear anything except God? Like, if you're a Christian, you should fear your God. But I don't think, even in that aspect, I can get into that too, but we ain't gonna go there. But I don't think that in order to get where you really want to go, you should not have any fear in your heart. And I know this is premature because I'm just here and I'm all adrenaline up and everything. But and that's just how I feel right now. And I hope I can keep that same mentality. Or I hope I just grow up and learn that maybe that's just not the case. But right now, I feel like, man, I don't want to fear anything. So I got to just keep pushing and keep pushing. And as a matter of fact, I told you guys that I was going to read the letter that the lady on the plane wrote to me on the plane. I still can't believe it. So this is the letter. Oh, actually, hold on. It starts here. This is page 1. Page 2. Page 3 of this letter. So I'm going to read it to you right now. And she dated it too. I don't know how you can see that, but she dated it. Okay. 1/18/13. I'm telling you, this is real. This is so real. I am not in Charlotte. You're not going to hear my kids in the background in about 5 minutes. I'm really in Kansas City, okay? So this is what she wrote. She wrote, fellow flight passenger, while we were on our way to Chicago, specifically when the plane took off, I heard your reaction and recognized your fear. I was deeply concerned. Listen, I know that feeling firsthand. When I step foot on a plane, I tense up and want to run off. Takeoff was the absolute worst part of my flying experience because fear of crashing would give me such an overwhelming anxiety that I couldn't think straight. I'd sweat and grip my neighbor's arm really hard, even though they were strangers to me. Ha! She put ha to. Ha! Where am I? Okay, but they were always so nice and understanding and helpful. Just like that lady with the family who talked you through the whole flight. All of that to say, I know how you feel. It's not a good feeling at all. And you look around at everybody else and wonder, how are they so calm? Well, you know what it is. You know what it was for me? It wasn't necessarily repetition of flying or merely getting used to it. There are folks who have flown for decades and they still haven't overcome that fear. Which, on a side note, the lady, the astrophysicist or whatever engineer that I met, she said the funniest thing to me, man. She was like, what did she say? She said, yeah, I still have a fear of flying. Like, she's like, I fly, maybe 5-10 times probably like 10 times a month or something. She's like, I was in Fort Lauderdale, then I live in here in Michigan, and I'm going to DC next, and da-da-da. I mean, she's just all over the place, right? And she's like, and I still don't feel comfortable with flying. Like, I don't feel comfortable with flying. Sometimes you got good times, sometimes you got bad times. Either way, I just don't feel comfortable with flying, right? And she goes, but what helps me? Xanax. I have Xanax. She said, I don't necessarily take the Xanax, but knowing that I have it in my bag makes me feel better and it calms me down. So if you don't have your Xanax, you're not feeling all right about flying. You don't even take it. It's like a security blanket. That's like, not to judge her. I mean, that works for you. If you like it, I love it. That's just not something that I want to do. But that's so funny that because she flies all the time and she has that same feeling. And so what she's saying is like, hey, man, people fly for years ain't never get over this fear, you know? So that's, you know. Anyway, but what it did for me, but what did it for me is to trust in the Lord, in Jesus. I don't know you and I don't know what you believe, but I do know that God has a tremendous plan for you. You may have been through, it's little, so you may have been through a lot in your life, but it's not over. God is not finished with you yet. He has a special plan designed uniquely for you. Please believe this. You've made mistakes. We all have made mistakes. But God loves you in spite of that. He loves you in spite of your weaknesses, shortcomings, and failures. He's not surprised by any of it. He wants you to understand that. And he wants you to know how much he loves you. It's like when one of your daughters makes a mistake and then she feels really bad about it. We already know which one that is. And maybe she even starts thinking she's a bad person. As her father, everything in you wants her to know that it's okay and that you love her so much. You don't want her to feel bad or to stay in that defeated place. You just want to love her. Well, it's the same thing with God, my friend. He obviously loves you because he has me writing this letter. Look, the point is that the Lord wants you to accept his love. He wants you to believe in him. His plans for you are to give you a hope in a future, not to harm or destroy you. He can and will I keep saying heat when I read this, heal you of past hurts and help you forgive those who've wronged you. Be encouraged because the best years are yet to come. Accept Jesus in your heart and believe that he will not fail you like other people have. He won't. So ultimately, that was my deal breaker. That was the deal breaker for me. Knowing that Jesus has a plan for me, that he is real and he loves me, is what drove all of my fear away. I don't fear flying anymore. But most importantly, I am headed more at peace and live in freedom. Now, I'm not perfect, still work in progress, but at least now I have hope. You too have hope. My prayer for you is that you experience a true Father's love like you've never had. I pray that forgive others and yourself, and that you will. My prayer for you is that you experience a true Father's love like you never had. I pray that you forgive others and yourself, and that you will put God into your heart. I pray that you are set free of old mindsets and that God's truth sets you free. May you be the father to your girls that they need, and you will overcome your fear of flying in Jesus' name. I will continue to pray for you. I believe in you, and I know that you will do well in life. If you don't have a Bible, please get one. Start in Matthew's. God will lead you. He has your heart in his hands. You are loved, Kim. Now, this right here is unreal. I think, you know what, I'm going to keep this letter for the rest of my life. And this is going to be a remembrance for me, because this is like, wow. Like, Kim, thank you. You know, if you ever see this, thank you. And, you know, hopefully one day we'll meet again. I don't know, on a plane or I don't know, but I just want to thank you. You know, like, that was huge. That was a real big deal. So thank you. It was just mad. It was just love. It was just crazy love, man. And I can't wait. You know, like, I talked to my friend yesterday, actually last night. And he's like, man, he's like, these trips, these next couple trips, I just feel that, you know, some good things are about to happen, like some things that are going to happen. You know, I feel like right now this trip already took me somewhere that I've never been, and it's given me something that I have never had, which was stranger love. You know, like, that opened my mind and my heart so much that I want to now give that same love to somebody else that I don't know. You know what I mean? And hopefully this is me giving the love to somebody who I don't know right now, who needs help somehow, some way. So, regardless of what you believe, just like Kim said in her letter, regardless of what you believe, just know that you're not done. It's not over. You're still here to hear this or see this letter. So it's not over. It's like, man, for me to just to feel that much love, and literally on the second flight, this letter was like this in my hand. Like cause I read it before. I was like, I gotta read it. I thought it was her phone number. I'm like, this is a little awkward. Like you just gave me here you go. But then I'm like, oh, it's not she was bad too. She was a beautiful girl, but whatever. I think this was a lot more valuable, and it was all mystic too, because she didn't put a number or email address or nothing. So that was like mystical, So I always think about Kim, like when I get on the plane, it's like, man, Kim kept it real with me, and that's honest and that's real. Like regardless of what you believe in, you don't have to believe in Jesus or whatever, but believe in yourself, and that you're here for a reason. So that's awesome. So Kim, thank you. I really appreciate that once again. And hey, it's what time? 10 o'clock, 10:05 Central, because Eastern is 11. That's crazy. Eastern is 11. So I'm about to get dressed and get out here. I gotta go do something. So I'll see you.